Elias and Crimson Chin. Streaming
Hello.
streaming the first game of the season. Um, I just want to make sure it was active there. Oh, I gotta mute this. All right. All right. I'm actually gonna post this as well in Discords here. But we got Waffle Sauce Gaming versus who is it? CC. So JoJo's team versus Random Weebs. And I am super excited to kick off the season. How about you, Crimson?
Heck yeah, it's been it feels like it's been since forever since last season, and season 12 has brought some new Drakes to the Rift, so we'll see if we get to see those. Some new runes, a couple new champs, and yeah, we'll see how it goes. I'm excited.
All right. We should be getting started off here soon. We got the draft all pulled up. Yeah, I don't know anything about WSG. They are a completely new team to the league. All the players did not play in any of the seasons previous. So excited to see how they play. And on JoJo's side, we got JWM, JoJo himself, Aloe, Trooper, Sleepe, and Braum. I'm pretty sure JoJo's jungling for their team, right? I'm pretty
I'm
sure.
not entirely sure.
I think so. I think JoJo has switched to jungle, and they're putting Bailey in the top lane. And then Trooper at ADC, Aloe in support, and then Braum in the mid lane.
Yeah, Brahma mid lane definitely sounds right.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure that's the lineup. I'm not entirely sure as to... Here, I'll be able to let you know here in a second what WSG's lineup looks like.
Yeah, but I like that earlier point you touched on where it's always exciting to see brand new players because for those of us that have been in the league, any amount of time, you kind of get to know some faces, you get to know their champ pools and their play style. So we get to see 5 new fresh bodies, what kind of fun pocket picks they're gonna have, what kind of comps they want to put together. It's also new fun to go and to watch and to analyze and sometimes get excited about some new picks. Someone could pull out something spicy like, Jarvan support or just really weird stuff that sometimes if you're really practiced on something and other people aren't familiar with how it works, you can make it work.
Well, I mean, Winnie the G pulled that off quite a bit last season. Master Yi top, Nasus, Garen. Just a lot of non-meta picks that he really made work.
That's what happens when people, again, just aren't used to playing against that pick because, I mean, like, for someone like me who plays top lane a lot, you get to learn matchups against certain champs. So you know what they're capable of doing, you know how much damage they can do, how much damage you can do. But if you're playing against unconventional stuff, you're like, I don't know what this champ can do to me, so...
Yeah, and that was kind of where the Master Yi, I think, really shone, because not a lot of people really played against, or never really had the experience of playing against it in the top lane, and Winnie the G definitely took advantage of that. But yeah, I'm really excited to see what WSG has in their pocket. We obviously don't know anything about them, so but for their lineup, it is Big Bear in the top lane, JP Ghost Jr. in the jungle, Calamity in the mid lane, Condemned Eyes at ADC, and Sir AK the second at support.
Okay, so I'm guessing Tensile Press is Condemned Eyes, then they might have updated their summoner name then.
Yeah, probably.
Okay.
And we are going to the picks and bans now. It looks like the target ban of Akshan against Braum is being taken off the table.
Which is kind of a bummer, because I was hoping to see... I mean, at some point, I want to see an Akshan in League here.
Well,
so.
if anyone's going to play it, it's going to be Braum. So...
Yeah.
And the Victor ban. I'm assuming that CC did their research on WSG. Again, we don't really know anything about the guys, so I'm assuming that Victor is a pretty popular ban for Calamity.
Yeah. We got 2 support bands, 2 mid lane bands, because the Akshan, I'm guessing, yeah, you said Braum plays at mid. That's. And
Yeah.
we'll see what WSG does for their final ban here.
Getting that Nami at the table, I think, is a really good thing. She's one of the stronger enchanters right now. Pairs really well with a lot of ADCs.
Yeah. Vigar, okay.
Another Braum targeted ban there.
Yeah.
So four mid lane bans and 2 supports to start off the draft phase here. WSG is first pick. I think they will try to probably get Condemned Eyes or Calamity on something that they're comfortable on. 2 of the stronger players on the team, but they are locking in the Diana jungle.
I think it's a Diana mid. I did look at their NA.OPGGs, and one of the guys in their team plays a lot of Diana mid.
Really?
So it could be Diana mid, but you're right, it could be flexed to the jungle as well.
Well, I think with her recent reverts of her passive against monsters, I think she's just too strong in the jungle not to take. Her clear is so good. Her engage is always kind of like a guaranteed engage. Kind of hard to stop a Diana from jumping and ulting, you know.
CC already coming out with the hard scaling bot lane. Everyone's favorite girl, Jinx, with the Lulu.
And this is the new patch, so Lulu's Whimsy did get nerfed slightly. I believe it was just a second or 2 added on her Whimsy.
No, we're still on 12.1. 12.2 is tomorrow.
Oh, is it? Is it tomorrow? Oh, okay.
It's tomorrow.
So that is still.
My client's showing 12.1 still.
Okay. So, yeah, I guess patches do usually come out on Thursdays. Okay, so it's still the broken Lulu then. And I'm assuming that will be Swain support. Kind of the only role that you see Swain in nowadays. And
Tom Kench.
Tom Kench, Tom Kench has been seeing a lot of play in the mid lane as well recently. So I think that's a really strong flex pick.
Yeah, I'm looking at this comp right now, and all those 3 picks, I'm like, okay, the Tom Kench could go normally top lane. Diana could flex between mid and jungle. Swain could be either the support or the carry in the bot lane. So
it's true. A lot of flex picks going around for WSG here.
The Trundle locked in too.
It does seem like not even CC is aware, sure as to where the Diana is going with his Xiao ban. So.
Yeah, I think they're on the same thought process that I'm that Diana's going mid.
I'd be really surprised to see that. Honestly, I think her Diana jungle is just too strong. The clear is so fast. With the reverts, with the changes they did a couple seasons ago, with her ult and her dash being switched around. I think her pre-6 ganks are still, they're not like the greatest because you don't have any natural CC, but the fact that you can like stick to somebody and just dish out a bunch of damage with your passive, I think she's just a fantastic champion.
That's why you want your lanes to be the CC setup, but I like this ban coming out of WSG taking away the Ornn, because if you're a Jinx, if you have a Lulu and then 2 big fat frontliners and like a Trundle and an Ornn, and you get the scaling with the Ornn items too, that Jinx is going to be super, super scary in mid to late game team fights. So I like that ban taking that away from CC.
Oh yeah, I completely agree. That in Ornn is pretty much a signature pick of Bailey. So yeah, taking away that comfort champ from Bailey is always a big deal. Yeah. And it will be the casting.
Band to round it out. So lots of scaling champs banned. Second half of bans here with Corki getting takeaway, and then the good, strong, and an early game jungler in the Jhin.
Well, the name of the game right now is scaling with with this new season, so not surprised to see that.
So we'll see what CC go and pick.
That will be
a Seraphine in the mid lane for Braum.
Another pretty signature pick for him. I wouldn't say it's the strongest pick right now, especially going into like that tank meta mid lane. But if Diana is mid, it might not be too bad for the Seraphine. Might not be too bad of a matchup.
Yeah, I mean it'll enable the Trundle a lot too to go forward and be a disruptor. And again, just one more person that's gonna be shielding this Jinx and keeping her alive.
And that will be Hecarim being picked up, so you are right. It will be Diana in either
Yeah,
either the mid or top lane.
yeah. Unless it's Hecarim top and they're really screwing with us.
Nah, it won't be Hecarim top. There's no
Yeah.
way.
But I mean, that's what's fun about like again seeing a new team. Like we're watching the draft basically from CC's point of view. We're like we have no idea what they're doing, because we don't have a ton of info on these guys.
Just a quick notice to you, Crimson. Your mic seems to be like pick up and then drop, pick up then drop. So I don't know what's going on with you. But it will be Jin being picked up as the final pick for WSG. So yeah, that'll be Swain Jin in the bot lane. Pretty strong lane in my opinion. You can chain CC, get a lot of damage down. You got the main initiators in Diana and the Hecarim, and Tom Kench is the main tank here. That could be set jungle for JWM. Is kind of his signature pick. But I would assume that it's set top for Bailey Trundle jungle. I really do like the team comp that CC has pulled out here. They have the two really strong frontliners in Trundle and Set. They have the Lulu protect the Jinx. They have the Set to set the team fights up with the Seraphine ult. Really strong, well-rounded team comp coming out from CC with the utility support duo in Seraphine and Lulu. But then on the other side of WSG, you just have sheer damage. You have heavy initiate and a lot of damage. So I think the draft here was really spicy.
Yeah, I think this draft to me, sometimes when we watch drafts, you'll look at it and say one team is clearly ahead from the other. But for me, like I see what both team comps want to do. And since I don't know like the relative strength of WSG's team, um, I'll just give them the benefit of the doubt and just say that their team comp for what it wants to do. You can attack CC's team, then their carries, which is going to be mainly again the Jinx. From multiple different angles, you have the Diana that could come in from one angle. You have the Hecarim that could come in from another. If you get any hard CC on her and Swain's in range, he goes and rips her in. Tom Kench to go and dive in and be a disruptor, and also potentially eat someone with his ultimate if he needs to protect him. And all the while it's all happening, Jin can be just free firing from the back line because no one's really going to be able to go and run straight at the Jin except for maybe Set getting into the back line with an ultimate. But
yeah, well, the reason why you pick Set and Trundle is you're going against a front to back team comp. You know what I mean? Yeah. Like you want to take out the initiators first and then focus down when you're ahead in the team fight, which is why I think picking up the Lulu and the Seraphine as like that really strong utility duo was a really big deal because you do have that really divey team. You have Diana, Tom Kench, Hecarim trying to dive onto the Jinx, get her killed, but you have the Lulu and Seraphine to keep the Jinx alive. You have the Set ultimate to send it back into their face. You have the Trundle pillar to separate Jinx from anyone that might be in her face. So I think CC drafted really well here going into the second phase in their two picks of Set and Seraphine after looking at just the dive heavy comp that WSG pulled out. So I think CC did really well. My only concern for CC is their lack of inherent damage. I think they're gonna have a really hard time cutting through the Tom Kench and Hecarim, and I think that's gonna be their biggest trial. If they can't cut through the Tom Kench and the Hecarim, they're not gonna be able to get to the back line, and Jin's just gonna, like you said, be free firing.
Yeah, all day. That's the kind of thing where since Jinx is going to be like the main source of damage on CC because they do have such low damage, and into characters like a Tom Kench, is she going to have to build say like a Kraken Slayer versus having a Gale Force? Or
I think Kraken Slayer definitely is the play here since you have, like I said, the two utility champions of Lulu and Seraphine to keep you alive. You don't really need that shield bow. I don't think I can't I can't remember a single time I've seen Jinx build Gale Force. Not really.
Really?
I've never seen it. It's always been Cracker Slayer or shield bow,
Oh,
in my opinion.
I think I see Gale Force most often, just because if because a lot of times when I see Jinxes in team comps, she's like the main source of damage or one of two main sources of damage, so she has to go and be able to stay alive. And just having that extra dash from the Gale Force helps you to avoid and reposition in fights to avoid stuff. Like, if say you're playing against a Jarvan jungle, having the Gale Force is nice.
Yeah, but if you're in a position of getting hit by a Jarvan drag, you're in the wrong position in the first place. You know what I mean? So
Yeah.
that's how I look at it. Is like, as an ADC, it's really polarizing. Either you're in the wrong place or you're in the right place. There's no other way to put it. So if you're in the position of getting like E'd on by Diana and ulted, then you're probably you're too close to them, sort of thing. And I think with just Jinx as an inherent character with her passive, if you can just get that one kill, get that one kill on either the Hecarim, the Tahm Kench, or the Diana, get that passive going, nothing's gonna hurt her. And that's why I think Kraken Slayer is probably the best, because the faster you can get the kill onto Tahm Kench or Hecarim or Diana, the easier the fight's gonna be.
Yeah. I mean, technically though, you could also look at it where maybe she doesn't have to do it if they're saying that for team fights, the Trundle is just going to be ulting the Tahm Kench in team fights and making him be a little bit squishier. That's kind of a niche idea, I guess. So that's probably too niche to do, and for you to not build Kraken Slayer over.
Yeah.
Force.
I wouldn't be a fan of the Gale Force here. I think either you go Shield Bow or Kraken Slayer, because if one of these people gets onto you, and you have to use your Gale Force, the other one gets onto you. You know what I mean? Like if Dinah E's in, ults, and then you use your Gale Force out, Hecarim will ult you, and then you're stuck there anyway. I think either going Shield Bow to stay alive in those scenarios where you get jumped on, and give your Seraphine, your Lulu, time to heal you back up or get the ultimate down or a Whimsy down or a shield or whatever, is definitely the way to go. Or you go Kraken Slayer just for the sheer frontline damage. I don't see Gale Force being the play here, honestly. In my opinion, I might just be completely wrong. I'm not an ADC player, so.
Yeah, same. Same. That's why I was like, okay, I'll have to ask the ADCs of the world what they think about this next time. But
like, I'm genuinely, once we load into game here, I'll be able to switch over to the stream. But I'm genuinely curious to see what Reese is saying right now, if he is saying anything at all.
Yeah. So all that aside, who do you think's going to come out ahead here, given everything we just talked about, draft and just individual players?
It's really hard to say, because once we load into game here, I'll be able to switch over to the stream. Oh, whoops. Because I don't know anything about WSG. I don't know anything about them. I don't know anything about them as players, or I don't even know their first names, dude. So it's like I don't know anything about them. So I think going off of sheer team comp, I think if CC plays their team comp better, they win. Because they have a lot of counter dive stuff in with the set, with the Seraphine, with the Lulu. The Trundle Pillar can also be a pretty big thing in that. So I think if CC plays their comp perfectly, they win. But it's really hard to play a comp perfectly, you know what I mean? So I don't know.
Well, I'm going to give my vote to WSG just because I think, aside from comps, I think WSG is going to have so much early game agency that if they can start stacking like the first two Drakes, they can go and really go and kind of push the envelope. And depending on what Drake it is, they could go and make CC have to take a really bad, fight before they are done fully scaling to where their comp, I think, starts taking over the game. So I'm gonna give it to WSG just because they are a wild card, like you said. We don't know a lot about them, but I'll pick the underdog.
Fair enough. See, I wouldn't really consider them an underdog just yet. I think everyone's on equal footing right now.
True, yeah.
Once this first like series is over, like for the week, once the first series are played out, we have an idea of how teams perform and stuff like that. Then we might be able to say this team's an underdog to this team. But
Yeah. Also, I'm seeing some interesting rune choices. Like for instance, JWM went lethal tempo on the set here.
well, it is pre-nerf, so it's still really strong, especially on melee champions right now. So not surprised.
Also, yeah, and like because the set's in the jungle and not in top lane. As someone who started picking up Trundle into somebody like Tom Kench feels super duper good with those lethal tempo changes too. Trundle's becoming a menace in melee matchups, and he's just gonna build, a tank shredding build with, Blade of the Rune King or Sunderer, so he can shred through Tom Kench in side lane. So I like this top lane matchup.
All right, quick level 2 for the side WSG here. Bromstein taking some abuse in the mid lane, but he did start. Excuse me, I don't know what just happened with my throat there. He did start tier. JWM looking to get a gank onto Sir AK the second here, and look, I think he will go down. He will, but this will be Al. Oh no, Al flashes out, gets a heal from Trooper. Tensi Press having to flash out as well. Braum has to blow his thrash against the Hecarim engage. Pretty spicy early game so far.
I think we just watched like 5 or 6 sums all get blown in a matter
Oh, yeah.
of like 10 to 15 seconds.
The Swain Blue is flashed a little early, I think, but stuff happens when you panic,
Yep. And First Blood did go to the Jinx too, which is again best case scenario.
Yeah, if you get that late game scaler, a couple kills in the early game, get him pushing into the mid game, he can definitely carry those mid to late game team fights a lot easier.
And thinking about it too, if you're the Hecarim, I'd try to visit that bot lane after you go and finish your topside camps, because you know that both the AD carry and the support for CC don't have flashes. So
Trooper playing really aggressive here with his chompers. Decides to back out though. No, I agree. I think junglers should be looking for the bot ganks here.
Yep. Trundle's gonna have to blow flash top lane here, I believe.
Oh, he didn't flash it.
Oh,
He does get out. JWM was there to back him up as well. He wasn't able to make his pillar cancel the Hecarim charge, which just always kind of feels bad. You have to like hit him directly with it, which is kind of hard to do sometimes on a moving target. So. Oh, missed that cannon. Feels bad. That's a Reese play right there.
Yeah, so I think the Hecarim's gonna go, hopefully path towards bot, because I think, like I said, I think you have to go and punish this bot lane. We're not having sums. Try to get Drake's priority and stacking too. I think that's your main way of transitioning an early game lead if you can get one into a victory, because I think you do get outscaled.
Are you talking about WSG outscaling or CC outscaling?
CC outscales, I
Yeah,
believe.
no, I
All the
agree.
shields and the Jinx gets, and then the Trundle and the set are both going to be really big front lines.
Well, I mean, I don't really see a particular challenge to the Trundle split push on the side of WSG either.
Yeah, and that's what I'm saying too, is that CC has 2 avenues of attack where the Trundle can go on the side lane and eventually take at least more than one person to answer him. And then, even if they can't do it that way, I think just having the Jinx be your hyper carry with 2 people that can shield and heal her, and 2 frontliners to go and just body block. Oop, got the all-in mid lane.
Bromstein, oh my god, he survives a long time. That will be Calamity going down as well. Very nice ult coming out of Brom to pick up the return kill.
Yeah, I want to say that minion block is what mainly killed that Diana, because I looked like she was going to be able to get out without taking that extra turret shot, but the minions auto-pathing made her go a weird way, and I think she took that second tower shot.
Yeah, more than likely. I was kind of looking.
Minions, man.
I was kind of looking at the chat. I was about to shit talk Reese real quick, but then the play happened. But
Yeah.
Trooper puts his traps down. He will get a little bit more. He decides to cancel his auto. That's a lot of damage going over the Trooper. 4 shot will chunk even more.
Yeah. The Swain did use the exhaust though, which feels like a little bit of a waste because the Jinx was never going to go in for a heavy trade there.
Yeah, kind of interested to see such a lane aggro duo like Jhin Swain have no ignite.
I mean, the exhaust makes sense though. If like the Jinx is the whole damage, and during a team fight or even just a trade in lane, if you exhaust her, then that's a lot of the damage.
Then why go such a fight heavy lane? Oh, nice cancel coming out Trundle there.
Yeah, Tom Kench tried for the ultimate, spitting him under tower, and he only took 1 tower shot, and the pillar cancel was really good. But let's see if they play around the spots here, because Hecarim's back in base. Danny is clearing out some vision. So on these backs, Braum got his lost chapter, which is always good for mid lane mages. And Jinx comes back with just the, I believe it's called the Noon Quiver.
It is a Noon Quiver, yep.
Trundle
going a little ham here. He does have that. He does have that Sheen proc though. He is. Oh my God, Bailey. He will get stunned down though.
Yeah, it was a great Trundle pillar.
Yeah, it really was. But now he's gonna die unless he flashes. Oh, he doesn't have flash. Nicely done by Big Bear there.
Yeah, Tom Kench throwing his weight around. Hecarim's looking for a return trip in this mid lane. Braum does have flash.
Doesn't have his ultimate up just yet. It looks like about 5 to 10 seconds on it. Kind of surprised that Trooper and Outlaw aren't 6 yet in the bot lane here.
CC making a play on the Drake. I believe WSG knows this, so I'd like to see them make a cross map play and go for the Herald, which they are. They're starting on Herald, so I like that. Okay, well, I'm already really excited for what this Dragon Soul is going to be, because it's not going to be Mountain, it's not going to be Cloud, so it has to be Ocean, Infernal, or one of the 2 new Drakes in the Hex Tech and the Chem Tech. I personally would love to see a Chem Tech Soul, because I hate playing in it, but I love watching it.
I think it's so dumb. I think the new Souls are so dumb. Hey, here's a free stack Shiv, or hey, here's a free Zillion ult. Like, oh, I guess it's not. I'm sorry, Scion passive, whatever. Yeah. But still, it's like, I think the new dragons are just ridiculous.
Yeah, and hopefully they're gonna get better as they fine tune. Because I know in the next patch they're fine tuning both of them. So Tom setting up a freeze top, and his jungler is pinging these coming. So we'll see if the Trundle sniffs this out.
I say it's a little too large of a wave to freeze. He's gonna have to thin it out, and it looks like he has that knowledge as well.
And there it is. There's the ghost. There's the ult.
Nicely done by Ghost there.
Misses. Pillar down.
Pillar will come down. Diana.
Oh, he's.
Oh, nice flash. Is he able to walk out? He is. And it looks like Diana is looking for the dive here as well, but the pink ward will catch him out. Nicely done by Bailey there. I've seen people fail that wall flash one too many times. Well, many too many times.
Yeah. So Trundle's backing, so they could after shoving this top lane, they could go and just try to get some turret plates here. Ooh. Jinx Rocket is huge here if she can ult here. Yep.
Nicely done. Bromstein is here. And Jhin ends his ulti as soon as the Seraphine shows up. Nice play.
Yeah, as soon as I saw the swing get that low, I was like, yep, Jinx Rocket is going to come out and definitely kill him.
So Charlie making big points off these trooper plays here on his fantasy team.
And so with the Herald top, they only get 2 plates into their pockets, and the bot lane got 2 plates on their own, 2 bots. So overall, CC comes out net ahead on that one because they got the kill on top of the 2 turret plates.
A measly 900 gold lead for the side of CC as well. It looks like Trundle will be going into that really popular. Another cannon missed. Let's start keeping a tally here for Sleepy.
Oh, he's gonna get ganked again. He has no flash, so he does not get out this time.
No, that is a dead troll.
So this Tom Kench actually has quite a bit of gold. He's only losing to, I believe, the Jinx in overall gold here.
Let's take a look. Yep. Tom Kench is the second wealthiest person in the game. It looks like he will be working towards that Fimble Winter. I think that item is so good. Especially on engaged tanks like Tom Kench. Ridiculously good. And Trundle is working towards that Divine Sunder. Really popular for him. It looks like, I would assume that JWM would be going into that chem tank.
Yep.
Seraphine does have her Leandries finished up. Kraken Slayer for the bot lane. Jinx.
Yeah. Yeah, so the Jinx did go Kraken Slayer, so I think we both feel good about Jinx going Kraken Slayer.
Oh yeah. Especially when you have 2 kills pre 13, 115 CS, doing really well. I think you definitely go Kraken Slayer here to push that advantage.
Yeah, my other thought too is that I think itemization for Tom Kench in terms of being like a tanky boy is going to be really easy for him because Braum's not going to be putting out a ton of AP damage on this Seraphine. You know, she does have Leandries, and I'm guessing she won't go something like Demonic Embrace at all, but
Bailey has to stop trying. Yeah, Bailey has to stop trying to fight this TK. He is not getting the best of these trades here.
Yeah, you're down 2 kills and quite a bit. Oh, he might get it. Yep,
He's gonna.
Oh, he doesn't have ultimate up yet because if he had ult, he was just dead there.
Yeah. One more Q, you'll probably be dead.
Yeah, and he's playing weak side too because the set's bot side, so you definitely can't go for super aggressive trades if your jungler isn't hovering you. So.
And Bailey does not have TP up, so this tower will more than likely be going down here.
Yeah, so he did the 4th plate before the timer ran out too. So Tom Kench got 4 plates overall for him, so he's sitting good. And then gold is pretty much dead even overall between the teams. And Cloud Drake is up now. CC has good vision on it. Dana does do Scar Bloom, so I think Tom's gonna get this tower. He doesn't have TP because teleports are unleashed now.
Oh my god, JWM did use his W. Did use his Haymaker. That's a huge cooldown this early into the game. And he does go down for not having it. That would have been a huge Haymaker if he had it there too.
Yeah, that's a great engage by the Hecarim, and
Yeah.
he was so far out in front of his team, I was really worried for him, but he managed to make it work. Lulu has to blow the exhaust, and Hecarim gets out too, so yeah, great play from WSG to go and engage there and win the team fight, shut down the Jinx, and get the Dragon, and we do have a Hextech Rift, so we do get the fun little Hextech gates. We'll see if the teams go and pay attention to those and keep those in mind when making plays, or having to worry about someone getting flanked even if they don't have a teleport.
Yeah, that was an outstanding play from WSG. Puts them 2.5 gold ahead, or 2.5 thousand gold ahead.
Yeah, and you're right too that the set using that W that early in the fight means that once he went in and ulted, I didn't see if he ulted the Hecarim back into the WSG if it was somebody else, but yeah, he could have used that W after he ulted in to do more damage and survive a little bit longer.
Yeah, I don't know if anyone saw it, but he used it right on the Dragon right before WSG rounded the corner to engage on him.
Yeah, so and just poor timing then. Yeah.
And that's like even at level 9, if you don't have any CDR, it's like a 11-second cooldown. Like it's a pretty substantial cooldown. It was probably almost up as soon as he went down.
Oh no, Bailey, no.
Bailey's about to get bomb rushed here by 2 members. Bailey does have flash.
Back up, so he's gonna have to blow flash. Yeah. Yeah, but WSG, I like that. They go and get the dragon. They immediately go back to the top side of the map, get the herald, the other objective that's up. Take that. I'd like to see them break open mid lane with this. A mid lane turret is low enough where I think they can just put it down and break it open here. Yep. And CC won't have enough wave clear to go and stop this before charging. So mid lane tier 1 will go down.
If they don't respawn here, it looks like the RCC is moving their bot lane up to the mid lane as well. I would say if they don't respawn here, they're going to lose another one.
Yeah, it's going to get the second charge, which is really good.
JDM looking to start a fight here.
Yeah, so Bailey gets a little bit of a breather in the top lane.
Still doesn't have that Divine Sunder done yet. Not having your mythic at 15 minutes always feels kind of bad.
Yeah, I feel really bad for JWM there. Got slowed through the trap and the Swain W flash and just missed the face breaker. Lulu has to ult herself.
Nice E coming out from JWM there. But Bailey will be going down in the bot lane as well. The curtain call comes out. JWM, can he take that last hit? He does dodge it. Bromsey eats it. No ultimates on the side of CC for this next fight either. Let's see what they decide to do. WSG are chunked down to about half for the most of them. Dyna ult still is up. Oh my god. A nice Jinx ult snipes the Swain down.
Yeah, if you're at the Swain and you know Jinx ult's still up, you should just get out of that lane and let your other 2 carries thin the wave. You don't need to be there. But good awareness by Trooper there to realize that it's a free kill if he just hits him with the ultimate.
Yeah, a lot of people don't think that like a point blank Jinx ult will kill you, but the execution damage is pretty high. Like it's like 30. It's like 30%.
Yeah, so Hecarim almost gets the tier 2 mid tower down. But he's gonna go and just farm some chickens. Yeah, I know this Jinx is doing pretty good kills and farm-wise, but with how far ahead this Tom Kench has gotten on the Trundle, the Jinx is going to have a hard time melting through Tom Kench. And then quietly, this Hecarim has been putting in solid work too with 3-0 and 3.
Yeah, he's been all across the map. Has about a 93% KP. That's actually nuts as a jungler.
Yeah, and WSG just has constant top prio where they're just going to shove the Trundle in and then just have the Tom Kench rotate. And the Trundle's not, at that point where he can start seriously pushing sideways fast by himself with how far behind he is.
Well, how about Scoobs? The Seraphine did go into the Leandry, so I would assume that she is going to be building more damage here coming up, but can't say for sure.
Yeah, we'll see what Braum decides to do and how it works out. Like, look at this, right? He's just gonna walk into 2v1.
He doesn't care at all.
Yeah, they can't do anything to him, and then that's gonna be the Lulu.
TK pretty much just 100-0 the Lulu there.
Yeah, so now we have a 5v4. Tom Kench ultimate is down, but again, that's not a really giant combat thing, so that's gonna be a Hextech Drake over to WSG. We get 2-1 Drake lead. Oh, they're looking for the set here. They do get him. He will have W. Big face breaker. Seraphine ult tags 2.
Hecarim will be going down. That's a pretty big shutdown over to the Trundle. Jinx is here.
Oh, good Swain flash to get out.
Yeah. But I think he might get caught out here. Oh, they get out. Bailey looking for more, and it looks like he will just go down. Bailey getting a little greedy, not being just that tanky yet. And it looks like Braum might go down as well. Wow. Tom Kench just making a statement in this game. Not giving 2 craps.
Yeah. His first name isn't Tom, it's Chad. This is a Chad Kench first name.
This is definitely a Chad Kench right here.
Get the tier 1 bot too. This gold that was only about 1 or 2k is now ballooned into 4k. And yeah, at this point, that
WSG definitely pushing that that lead they got off that dragon fight to the maximum here. Not letting CC recover at all.
Yeah, I mean the Tom Kench, like, he got the Frozen Gauntlet, he's got the Thornmail, and Ninja Tabby. You know, and that's what I'm saying. Like with the way that CC's comp is, he can itemize full armor and dealing solely with this Jinx, and then eventually the Trundle, if the Trundle actually gets to a point where he starts doing damage too. So yeah, he just, and I mean, again, this is tanks, you know, in season 12. I mean, lots of seasons, but on top of going and being really tanky, they actually do a lot of damage.
Oh yeah, dude, that's how they've been ever since season freaking 5, dude. Like, that's stupid. Tanks are dumb.
Yeah.
But I do like the trooper optimization here in his items. So he did go for that Fam Dancer second item, looking to just eat apart the front line that comes after him.
Yeah. Yeah, I do want to see a Lord Dom.
Oh, Lord Doms will be next, most definitely. I have no doubt about that. I think Reese would have a heart attack if Lord Doms wasn't built next.
Yep. Yeah, so a little bit of a lull in the action here. I'd like to go and see WSG go push their lanes up and just get some vision on CC's side of the rift. To go and catch the rotations, protect the Tom Kench if he's going to push up on his own. They are pinging on the Baron now, though.
I think they are strong enough to do it. If they can lure CC over to them, they have the engage to start the fight. So
but I think they need Diana here too, or else their DPS is really, really low here.
they're trying to. Oh yeah, they're trying to 3-man. I didn't even realize that TK was in the bottom lane. Trying to 3-man Baron.
Yeah, but TK is gonna go and just solo kill the Seraphine here. Yep, he just ults her. Doesn't matter if she ults him back.
She does not have flash up either. Wow.
Yep.
Big Bear.
So, the Chad Kench, is pulling a really good Trundle impression where he can side lane, and it takes more than one person to answer him. See, this is what you do with side lane pressure. The opposing team, look what they have to do. Send multiple members, your team just goes to the opposite side of the map and takes the objective that's up, which is the Baron, right?
Yeah, it just really it feels so bad as a Trundle player to be that far behind that you can't side lane against the very thing that you were designed to beat. You know?
He forces Trundle TP. Diana's shoving top lane in. Trundle can TP to this Baron if he needs to.
No, Trundle just TP'd.
Yep, Trundle TP'd, yep, but Tom Kench is going to TP to this. Catches out JWM, gets polyed, and look at that. He just sits there and keeps on smiling.
Yeah, he doesn't care.
But JWM does have flash, though. And the blast cone is there. He's going to blast cone in. It's going to be a smite fight.
Oh, the Swain picks it up. GWM still is alive, though. Are they looking to do something here? It is a 4v4. All of the side of WSG is chunked down to half.
Well, Tom Kench got out of that somehow.
Oh, he's not getting out. Ooh, the chompers just didn't land. Oh, big snare coming out, Seraphine.
Look at that. See, look at the Jinx can't even get him under tower. Oh, and Drake's up in 18 seconds too, which means I think WSG is going to get Drake here too. They get the Baron reset because they get the faster recalls due to the Baron empowered recalls. And they're going to get to that Drake. Hecarim, because he's a speedy boy, is going to get there too. Trundle's down for 20 more seconds, and he has no TP to get to this fight. Jinx is low. Doesn't have any lifesteal either, so I think, yeah, they just have to get this Drake up. So Baron goes over to WSG with the Swain securing it. And they're also going to secure the third Drake and be one away from a Hexal. Oh, and they're all going to go and use the Hex Gate together.
Oh my god, I don't think JWM was expecting that one. That's actually nuts.
Yeah, and that's what I'm saying is, like, you have to go and realize that on this Hex Tech map, people can come at you through those Hex Gates really fast. And he just, you know, he's like, oh, here's 1, 2, 3, oh, 4, I'm dead. So on top of getting the third Drake, they also pick up a kill on the jungler. So let's see how they go and do it. They should get the tier 2 in mid lane for sure. And I'm guessing at least 1 or 2 of the side lane turrets as well. Jinx gets tagged. Hecarim ult. Yeah.
Honestly, WSG just having a really solid showing for their first game in the league.
Set is back up, but I think they are going to get this turret. Seraphine ult.
Oh, huge Seraphine ult with the E combo coming out. The Q damage going down as well. JWM looking for the facebreaker, gets it. Haymaker's just a little bit too late, isn't able to clip the Hecarim.
Like, look how much time that Tom Kench bought.
Ah.
And it didn't even phase him. Forces the flash
Ooh.
on Braum.
Honestly, props to Braum in that though. He's had a really good fight set up there. Oh, the Jigsaw comes out, picks up the Jhin. Nicely done by Trooper.
Yeah, I didn't see it at all in their chat, but they should have been pinging the Jinx respawn timer, because with how low they are, they needed to go and realize that Jinx rocket was going to come out.
And it looks like Jinx is looking to secure a kill here. It is able to get it. Will be able to run down to Tom Kench as well. Oh, he gets the W. Will the Kraken Slayer be enough? He has to flash out. Nicely done by Trooper. Pick up the extra kill and blow some summoners along the way.
Yeah, WSG stuck around a little bit too much, but you're right. The great ult by Braum, I believe, caught 4, if not 5 members, and then just good follow from the rest of them to go and have a really good tower defense.
Well, he had his empowered E up too, so he ulted them, then he snared them all for a second and a half as well. But then but the thing is like CC was so behind that they still barely won that fight, like barely. Yeah. And it wouldn't have been a one. Yeah, sorry, go.
Yeah, so yeah, but I'm gonna say I'm looking at the gold. The 2 richest members are this Tom Kench, this Jinx. So Jinx is ahead by 30 gold, but her and the Tom Kench are the 2 richest people right now. And I'll be interested to see the damage graphs after this game, because I feel like Tom Kench is gonna have a really high damage graph on top of having the most gold on his team.
Yeah, the Chad Kench has been doing a lot of work this game. Hasn't even finished his Fimbulwinter yet, but then again, he hasn't stacked his Tier Foley either.
So now I think we're gonna go and probably have a lull in the game state for a little bit. And if you're WSG, I think you just go and don't try to do anything crazy. Try to go and have all your cooldowns ready for this final Drake fight, because if you can get this Hex Spec Soul, you're
what the?
so scary.
GW and Hecker, I'm just sharing the hallway here. I'm looking for the engage here. Isn't able to quite land it though. That will be Braum picking up the Swain. Nicely done. Bailey having a heyday on the Jhin here. The ultimate does come down. Jinx picks up Jhin with another ultimate. Nicely done by CC that gets a couple of picks there.
Yeah, the Swain did a really good job at stopping the. I think the set was going to try to go and ult the Jhin into the back line and just deliver him to his team, but the Swain stopped with the Rit, but did end up going down. So 2-for-1 trade in favor of CC, which is always a good thing to have happen when you're behind. But I believe in the meantime, Diana got the tier 2 in the top lane, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, I think so. We were too busy focused on all the other fights going on.
Yeah. So, 30 seconds on Baron, minute before Hextech Drake. WSG technically could, if they wanted to, trade Baron for the Hex Drake, if they wanted to. But I think with how far ahead you are, you don't need to make that trade. I think you just go and try to get the soul because of how far ahead you are. You should win a straight up 5v5 team fight.
Yeah, and I think CC is lacking kind of the damage to burn Baron before the dragon goes down. So I think WSG can definitely safely like contest both. Like secure the soul, and then you can contest Baron. I don't think CC has the damage to take down the Baron in that amount of time either. Otherwise, you can just send Tom Kench up there to disrupt him. Stay alive for 20 seconds while the rest of your team gets up there. But it looks like they will be throwing all their baskets into the Dragon Secure here, though.
Yep. And Diana's coming with the TP, too, so Trundle's going to have to match or else he's just going to walk down here, so... They have a 5v4 advantage, so they could look to engage.
And Trundle is assigned just to walk here.
Yep.
They have a ward right next to the blue buff, and it looks like they're just giving away the dragon.
Yeah, And that's what happens when it's a 5v4 and your top laner doesn't match that TP fast enough.
Mm-hmm. No, as soon as the Diana showed, Trundle showed TP to this ward right here.
Yeah, they had ward term to TP too.
Yeah.
But CC could go and at least get some vision around this Baron since they know that WSG was just doing stuff around the Drake. Yeah, but WSG now can just do so much poke with the soul, and then also it'd be really good for closing people down for that the slow on the dragon passive as well.
Mm. Yeah, it's a stack shield that slows. How freaking dumb is that?
Yeah, I miss stat too. I look at this too, right? It's like because they're going in around the Baron, they have all 3 of their waves are pushing, so that's all that's gold that CC's missing for having to go and check now. Yeah.
Trevor, it was sole point. They knew that they were doing it. They knew that they were stacking it. Like there's no way.
Going on a Lulu here. Lulu has to self-ult.
Oh my god!
Trundle has to flash out. Set goes into the back line. Gets off a huge haymaker.
And the Brahmo comes out, lands onto the Hecarim. Hecarim will be going down, but that will be Trundle falling as well. Jinx still is alive.
At the angle. Oh,
Trooper doing some work here.
I think the Jin got excited because he had potential Penta on his hands, and he needed to wait for his team to help him set up that Penta. Yeah, there will be mid inhibitor going down at least.
Oh.
They could.
I see what you're saying, Trevor.
Jinx ult looking for. Ooh, almost killed the Diana there. I think every single Jinx ult that's been shot this game.
It's pretty much been a kill.
Yeah, that one was the only one that I think I can remember not being a kill.
Yeah. He had 2 in lane, then he had 2 on the Jhin. Outside of lane, like in random spots. But yeah, I think he's 4 for 5 right now with Jinx ults. So.
So Tom Kench has finished his Simple Winter 2. You got Supers going down mid lane. Tom Kench has his TP up. I think they're just gonna go and start it and force CC to have to check this. But with this dragon, this thing's gonna be gone by the time J2M gets
Oh
here.
my god, that damage. Diana secures it. J2M brings Hecarim over the wall. Oh my god, Tom Kench in the thick of it here. The curtain call comes out. We'll land on the JWM here. Tom Kench opting out.
He doesn't care.
Dude, look how much damage he took. He jumped into 5 of them and took that much damage. Absolutely ridiculous.
On top of all that, he's got Spirit Visage too. Oh. Yeah, now they're just gonna walk bot lane. No set.
Look at this 5-man train. Just walking towards the bot lane. Not giving 2 shits.
I mean, they're chug-a-lugging along, and honestly, that's what they should be doing because, the one frontline engager is dead for 15 more seconds, so no one's gonna run at you and do anything.
Ooh, nice Swain pickup. Trundle almost going down. The Styx will save him. The Seraphine ult does whiff. Kind of a bad angle on that, if I do say so. Oh, Jinx is picked up by the Diana ult, but she is still alive. She is still going. Oh, she does go down. JWM gets Seraphine gets the Hecarim as retaliation here. They are looking for more, but my god, they're so afraid of the Tom Kench. They're so afraid.
Because the only one who can actually shred him is the Jinx.
True. That is absolutely true.
And she has to worry about more than just Tom Kench if he's on top of her. I mean, you saw it there. Like, the Hecarim came in, and Lulu did everything in her power to keep the Jinx alive from the Hecarim, but, like, the Diana followed up, too. So, like, there's only so much they can do to keep the Jinx alive. And Diana with the Nashers shreds through that top lane turret. So now, no more inhibitor turrets are alive for CC here. I
get why people go Nashers on Diana. I'm personally not a fan of it. If I have to sit there and auto someone I didn't do my job right.
So I think WSG just goes, uses these pushing lanes to establish vision. They can look to go and bushwhack. If CC has to check here for this Elder Drake, you just take Elder Drake, and then I think you just walk it down, because there's no way with Hextech Soul and Elder Drake that CC can stand up to you.
Oh, not at all. Yeah, because that Elder Dragon, I mean that Hextech Dragon will proc Elder on 4 targets, but if you just auto someone, like that's just dumb.
Look at their base, right? They got supers going into the base, and they have to be up here. Trundle's gonna have to go and take care of the base, so it will be a 5v4, right? So
no, Trundle's choosing to TP in. What's their base situation looking right here? Oh, it's not too bad. It's not too bad. It's not too bad. It's not too bad. They're gonna lose it. They're definitely gonna lose a turret though. Nice 2-man flash out of the Diana ult. Seraphine picks up Diana. Trundle doing his best to keep the TK off of Jinx, but she is just gonna eat the curtain call.
Yeah, and all the while the base is getting destroyed by the wings.
Yeah. And this will just be GG going over to WSG.
TP from the Tom Kenshin here.
Spencer doing his damnedest to try and carry this game, but isn't able to make it work out.
Well, I think it's easy to say that the MVP of this game definitely goes to Tom Kench.
Oh yeah, I would say so as well. Just being that massive nuisance in the top lane.
I'm also happy because I think this is the first time in like 10 weeks of me being a caster predicting I actually predict a game right. Oh.
Well,
I'm excited to look at the damage graph after this.
Yeah, I'm gonna take a look at it right now. TK 21,000, 37-minute game. That's not bad, especially for just a tank.
Yeah, he built full tank.
No.
Didn't even build like a dead man's either.
Most damage in the game goes to Jhin. Seraphine did more than Jinx did, which is actually kind of surprising.
I'm guessing part of it is just because when she was getting Leandri's burn on people like the Tom Kench or
yeah, it does percent maximum health. Yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah, but still, I mean, I think CC, even though they did fall in that deep hole, they had a couple of really good base defenses where they were either trading even or coming out ahead on fights that they were behind on paper. So they put up a really good fight, but I think they just didn't have the damage profile to go and deal with a Tom Kench in their face.
Well, especially Tom Kench got so far ahead in the early game.
Having on top of that a Diana and a Hecarim both trying to come at the Jinx from 2 different angles. You can only do so much to stop that when you're behind. And then again, the Jhin from downtown with his ults and his Ws the whole time too, just safely going and doing DPS from the back line.
Yeah, really nicely done by WSG for their first time playing in the league. Very nice showing. So
yeah, new kids on the block, stirring it up.
I think Big Bear is gonna be a person to look out for here, if that's any indication. Like, definitely gonna be one of the contenders. All right, we got the second draft wall coming up here.
Yeah, and that was a matchup too where I thought that I mean, if the top lane is left in isolation, the Trundle wins that. But the Hecarim came top multiple times, blew the flash of Trundle. The Trundle just a couple times was just disrespectful, not having flash up and trying to go for trades on the Tom Kench, and just a couple times lost to a 1v1, and a couple times lost because the jungler came and just put him really far behind. Tom Kench got those turret plates invested in him with the Herald top lane.
I will be right back. I'll leave it to you. 1 second.
Okay. We'll go and see too where they put yeah, man, what a game. So the new team coming in with a bang and a banger of a game. Tom Kench, as we just mentioned, I think it's our unanimous MVP vote, but he didn't do it all himself. Like I said, he had the Hecarim come in and enable him, get him ahead in there. The Jhin doing solid damage all game, he gets highest damage. And the Diana had some really good ults too, where every time she ulted, it was either picking off a squishy support like the Lulu, so if she's taken off the table, that's one less person shielding and helping the Jinx out, or just the Jinx herself. And, if you're a Jinx with your Lulu and your Seraphine, you can only survive so many people diving you at a time if they're coming from a Diana and a Hecarim and a Tahm Kench. So it's just a lot to deal with. So just a great job by WSG to just attack that central pivot point of CC's comp and that Jinx. Use their side lane advantage with the Tahm Kench and finish the game. It wasn't entirely clean because, like we said, we had the couple times where they had the Baron, they're pushing the base, and they got a little bit overzealous, got caught out. Some really good Jinx ults, and then Jinx just getting her passive to chase them down in that mid lane on that one fight after the tower. But we'll go ahead and we'll see once my co-casting partner gets back, and then the teams get a little bit to talk about the game and what they want to change. What went right, what went wrong. We'll get into the second game draft here, and we'll see what the teams change up. I imagine we might see a Tahm Kench ban. Besides that, though, I don't know how much else would change. Or maybe they'll go and maybe they'll let the Tahm Kench through, and maybe they'll have a different pick that can go into the Tahm Kench. Again, I don't know what Sleep Bay's champ pool is for the top lane, but there's plenty of champs that you could go and pick into the Tahm Kench that might be a better matchup. Than the Trundle, you could go something like a Gwen. I know Renekton has the empowered W that shatters shield, so if you play around those trades, right, you could have a pretty strong early laning phase. Aurelia wouldn't be bad. Or you could go, and rather than being a Trundle, you could just go have be a wet noodle fight and have 2 tanks in the top lane. But I know the Ornn did get banned out, which is a Bailey special, I've been told. So we will have to see. Let's see. Let's see if we can go and theorize what this draft is going to look like once we get ready here. So going back to game 1, in phase 1 bans, WSG took away Braum's Akshan, a Nami, and a Veigar. So 2 bans levied at Braum in the mid lane, and the Nami too, just a good strong laning support, enchanter support. CC, their bans was Victor, Nautilus, and a Xerath.
Alright, I'm back. I have it pulled up.
Nice. Yep.
Alright.
So I was kind of just talking aloud to myself while you're gone. So
No, you're good. That's what I do when I solo cast.
Yeah, exactly. We're both really, really well practiced in doing that.
Oh yeah.
So going to draft immediately, what do you think CC is going to change about their draft, if anything?
Might see some target bans thrown at Big Bear and at the Hecarim. They've really controlled the early game very nicely. Especially the Hecarim had a 93% KP at 11 minutes. Like, just made himself a huge presence all across the map.
And that's what Hecarim should do, because with how fast you are in order to get around the map, you're a ganking jungler. Where if you don't gank and get your lanes or yourself ahead, you're kind of not doing your job.
Yeah, no, I agree. To be expected, Akshan comes out again.
Yeah, potentially. As of right now, the salty run back can occur because all the bans, I believe, are the exact same.
They are. Yep.
Oh man, game 1. If we get a salty run back the very first game, I don't think we will though. There's no way they do a salty run back.
Oh, there's the
Tahm Kench.
there's the
TK ban. So we'll see what else Big Bear is going to pull out of his Big Bear pockets.
Well, after a showing like that, I would assume that they throw him on another tank. Um, but who knows? He might have some carry potential behind him.
Yeah, well, CC,
I
Jinx
don't.
first pick again. They like that Jinx pick, and again, the way they performed on it, I think if the top lane with the tank and the Tom Kench didn't get so out of control, I think the game might have been much closer, potentially even in CC's favor.
Yeah, I'm kind of surprised with
Jinx
the
did.
Caitlyn Lux being up, and surprised that Trooper didn't pick up the Caitlyn.
Well, here's Diana again, and again, I'm pretty sure that's Diana mid. I don't think they can flex it between their mid laner and their. Oh god, yeah. Again, we're gonna get like a salty run back sans the Tom Kench.
Yeah. Wonder if JoJo will do his Echo here or his Talon. He's been practicing a lot of those like assassin heavy junglers. So Kiana, Talon, Echo. I wonder if he's gonna decide to be more of a carry role this. Oh, there it is.
Yep.
There's the
See,
Kiana.
I like that. The only thing that I want to see then, if he's going to be on, a damage person, that means your support or your top laner probably needs to be someone that can help peel for your team.
Yeah, some sort of hard CC. I'd like to see like a Leona, Alistar, someone who has that disengage potential. And they are opting into Soraka. Don't worry, it's Soraka mid. I heard it's good.
Oh, the Xerath got left open. They're hovering it. So, I mean,
Hey, we don't
that
know
alone would be annoying. Like, can you imagine like a Xerath and a Jhin both ulting at the same time if they're like far enough away where you can't reach them, and they're just gonna go and get
Ask
long range.
Scoops. That's a pretty annoying lane to go against in the bot lane.
Yeah.
It's really hard to
I think
manage.
it's Xerath support. I think it's Xerath support, not mid lane.
I'm not entirely sure. I know Xerath isn't really played much in a mid lane anymore. He's more of a support.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, because he does have the AoE slow, the stun, and he definitely outranges the Soraka.
Yeah.
There's the Kassadin ban, so again, trying to take away the scaling potential of CC if they want to go all in on that hard scaling plan.
Pretty much all exactly the same bans except for the TK. A little bit different champion picks, but
Yeah, we'll see how the second phase goes, because CC could save the counter pick for their top laner or their mid laner. We'll see what they elect to pick first.
right now they're kind of lacking that that frontline tanky engage. I'd really like to see Braum be on something like a Galio this game. I think that'd be a pretty solid pick, especially going into a Diana. But I know Braum likes to play very particular champions, so
Yeah.
we'll see. If he does want to play the Seraphine again, though, they do have that pretty strong wombo of the Kiana Seraphine. But then they kind of lack that front line that they kind of need against the Diana. But we'll see.
Yeah, we'll see. I think they pick jungle here and then saves the... Or so WSG gets counter pick,
Yeah.
never mind.
WSG gets
So that's a Vi jungle, I'm pretty sure, unless my Big Bear boy is a Vi top connoisseur like I am.
I would assume not.
Yeah, I would assume not. But
So-
that's big. The guy that just was their MVP the last game is going to get the counter pick here.
Going into the Mundo.
Which is a front line, so
Yeah.
CC got that right.
I think Trundle would be a pretty good pick here for WSG. I guess depending on what mid laner they go for here. I'd really like to see a Galio here. I think that would be my pick.
Yeah.
But they are opting into a Vex. Again, Braum plays very particular champions. Um,
Yep.
So opting into more of a comfort pick than something that will round out the team. They do have a lot of pick potential though between the Kiana, the Vex, and the Jinx. So let's see if they can make
Yeah.
something happen out of that.
Yeah. And the Vex is good at disengaging in her own way with those the fears.
The Garen top. Okay.
Okay. I don't know how
I
Garen is into Mundo because I haven't seen Garen in years. It feels like in playing any sort of like higher elo matchups.
you know that's gonna be a Ignite Garen top lane.
Oh yeah.
You
I
already
hope it's
you
I hope it's a I hope
you're
it's Ghost Ignite.
I don't know about Ghost, but I've been seeing Garen's run Phase Rush. Phase Rush with Flash Ignite. So we'll see. The only bad thing about not having a hard CC in the top lane against Mundo is that the jungler is gonna have to break his passive. So he automatically gets that first like spell shield against the first hard CC ability that hits him. So Vi's ultimate or Q isn't gonna do anything. So hopefully Bailey will have a better time of surviving this lane than he did last game.
Yeah. I mean, who even cares about Mundo passive if the Garen just kills him?
True, that's also very true. But Mundo is also one of those really in your face tanks that can play passively, that can play the weak side. He has amazing wave clear with his E. He has good poke with his E and Q. So he can definitely play the lane really passively and still come out even.
Yep.
One of the few weak side champions that can do that. I really do like WSG's a draft here though. They have the perfect amount of like poke and all in that you like to see. You have really good follow up with the Vi and Diana. Good wave clear between the Jhin and the Xerath. So I think WSG definitely drafted like a really good all around comp.
Yeah, I'm a big fan of their draft again too.
Yeah. Garen's a little unorthodox, but you like to see that sort of stuff in Beer League.
Yeah, I mean, like we talked about earlier too. Again, picking non-conventional stuff, like you mentioned, like Winnie the She did. When people pick unconventional stuff that you're not used to playing against, it goes and just adds a level of uncertainty and unease into your opposing team because they're just not used to playing against. Like they don't know what that character is capable of.
Everyone knows what Garen's capable of.
Yeah, I know, but like,
it's playing the matchup. I think a lot of people don't like realize what to do. Yeah. I'm excited. Oh, sorry, go.
I do like CC's comp more this time than I did last time. In that they have like a big meaty frontliner in the Mundo, and then this time I think the Kiana is a good substitute for the set. She'll have a little more agency in terms of setting up some really good team fights, and with how squishy a couple of the members on WSG are going to be, she can go and just blow them up. Vex can also help out a lot with blowing them up, and all the while the Jinx is going to be on the back line with the Soraka.
They do have quite a few point and click initiation tools though that kind of just kind of bypasses the rest of CC with Diana and the Vi. But the one thing I really do like about CC's comp now is that there's more damage threats than just the Jinx. Like they have to care about the Kiana, they have to care about the Vex. Once Vex has 2 items, she'll blow pretty much anyone up. It's just
which is why I like that more, in that it's not just gonna be coming from one person. If you just take out the one person, you're gonna win team fights.
All the eggs aren't in one basket this game, which is always a good feeling. I really do like the Soraka pick here. Actually, if the Soraka is on point with her silences, she can completely shut down the Diana engage, which will feel really bad for Diana. So
that's what I was just gonna ask about too. Is that if Diana dies on top, the Soraka just throws the silence down at Jinx's feet if that's who the Diana's diving, and just
Yeah. The only
what are
thing
you
that
gonna do?
the only thing about that is you have to have that reaction time. You know, you have to
Yeah.
be able to do it quickly enough. So
Yeah, we'll see if Aloe has boomer hands or not.
Alo's got the quickest hands in the West. Don't don't doubt him. Alo's my boy.
Yeah.
He was my vote for the most growth last season. So Alo's my boy. He's got this. But I think this game's gonna be a lot closer than last game's. At least I'm hoping. Last game kind of really snowballed into like a blowout, which always feels kind of bad. But
Yeah, and like I think you called it too, where the snowball for last game started around
that dragon fight.
dragon fight where
Yeah.
the Hecarim got in. The set W was unfortunately on cooldown because it was just used to do DPS on the Drake. And yeah, they just Hecarim went in, fucked shit up, got out, got the Drake. That's kind of where it all
and there was
started going downhill.
really nothing Susie could do about it at that point. But I'm hoping that this game is a lot closer. I think CC definitely has like the potential to be a good team. It seems like they're having, in my opinion, like especially with the top lane last game, a little bit of communication errors. So let's see if they can pull it around here. But WSG had a really good showing for their first game in the beer league. Like,
Oh yeah,
that was
get much better than that.
yeah, that was pretty spectacular. So looking forward to
got-
seeing more of them as well.
Yeah, got Hextech Soul, so we got to see a new Drake rift on our very first game.
Those things can fuck off. I hate those things.
They are gonna get nerfed on the next patch, so I don't think they'll be as
They've
as
had
overtuned as they currently are.
they've had like 2 months to nerf them, and they haven't. God, it actually makes me angry. I think those are some of the stupidest changes. That and objective bounties, some of the dumbest changes to the game.
Yeah, I haven't paid close enough attention to see how big of a difference they've made. But I'll make a prediction for this game here after I want to see what the summoners the Garen has. Depending on what summoners the Garen has, I will make my prediction.
Oops.
Oh, he went flash TP. Okay, I'm just on that alone. I have to. CC's got the edge in my vote on this one. So I'm gonna go with CC for taking game 2, and it'll be a 1-1 series split.
One can hope. I love seeing those. What was it? It was Control Shift Z, right? Yeah. There you go.
For zooming in and out.
Yep.
Yeah.
Alright, for summoners here, we got Flash TP in the top lanes. Pretty standard. Obviously, Flash Smite in the jungle. JWM did opt into the first strike, though, which is kind of what all those like new meta assassin junglers are taking.
Yeah, I've been seeing all of like the Talons and the Zeds that I've seen go jungle recently have been doing the first strike. So
We do have the Electrocute on the Vex, which is my favorite rune to take on Vex. I just want to blow someone up. Electrocute's definitely a way to do that. Lethal Temple and Guardian in the bot lane. And again, no aggressive, like no Ignite in the bot lane on either side here.
yeah, which again, like I think is fine because I think you want to have exhaust on both teams for the people who are coming in trying to dive and output a lot of damage in a very short amount of time. It makes sense to having exhaust somewhere on your team.
Yeah. I think the most interesting rune picked up here is Phase Rush for Diana.
Yeah, I was just gonna ask about that too. So
Typically, you either go Electrocute or Conquer, right? I'm pretty sure.
yeah, but I'm not gonna question. I mean, I'm not gonna question a guy who has almost 800,000 mastery on Diana. So I'm guessing there's a reason he picks this into Vex specifically. So maybe he just knows something about the matchup that me, who doesn't play Diana ever, would know.
Yeah, maybe. The only thing I think of when you're playing a melee assassin into a Vex is I'm gonna get feared if I try to go in on her.
Yep.
So I think Vex just plays it weak side, plays like non-aggressive, especially past level 3, and Diana won't be able to do anything. Just auto her down, poke her down with autos, do the most you can, but don't use your abilities if your fear's up. And then Diana literally can't do anything to you.
Yep. Jin's walking up for that force shot, gets it, and the root.
Nice Soraka heal. That's kind of the problem if you don't focus the Soraka down. The ADC is never going to be at low health.
Yeah. I wonder if they're going to go for an early Grievous Wounds item at all or not. I guess you probably can't though in lane. You have to get your item spikes as a bot lane.
Well, I think having the support go into an early Oblivion wouldn't be that bad.
Yeah. Oh. Seeing a repeat of last game. Q misses and Mundo just smiles and swag walks away with his awesome corporate Mundo skin. Yeah, I think if we're gonna see fireworks this game, I think it's gonna be in the mid lane too. I think these guys are gonna be trading very aggressively with their aggressive summoners.
Yeah, I'd really like to see the jungles focus around the mid lane. I think JWM has a pretty easy target in the Diana, especially with the Vex setup. So I'd really like to see him focus more in the mid lane here. Get Braum ahead. If anyone knows Braum, he's a pretty strong mechanical player. Like, he's good. Braum is good. So if you can get him an early lead, I think he can snowball that Vex pick into a lead.
Might have a fight over the scuttle, though.
Fight over first scuttle in 2022? Okay.
Yeah, the Garen picked it up, though. He forced the Kiana back because the Vi was there for support, too.
I don't think...
So I think the Vi is going to double scuttle here.
First scuttle is not worth it anymore. It was worth fighting over, but now it's not. Just give it up. Go to a different camp. It's worth the same amount of gold.
Yeah. Wow, Dan even went back in for a trade there on the Kiana before she went bot. Yeah, look at this. Feels so bad for JWM. He walks bot to try to get that other scuttle, and it's gone. He should have realized it. We saw the Vi walk on vision.
Yeah,
through
literally walk through mid. Yeah.
But he is pinging out where he thinks the Vi is, so at least he got that part right.
An early gold lead going over to the side of CC here. Looks like most of that's in the mid lane here.
Yep. Which again makes sense to me. You have a ranged mage versus a Diana. So.
Yeah.
And Vex again, I think, because Vex I remember if it's her passive or her abilities that goes and does the additional damage when people dash.
It's her passive.
Yeah. So she has that on the Diana too. So I'm sure she gets some very favorable trades. Might be seeing a Vi come in for a gank here. Looks like it.
Kind of hard to gank a Vex who's fear. Oh, she just used it. Oh no! I was just about to say it's kind of hard to gank a Vex whose fear's up.
I mean, she's not gonna get away from this though, because.
Oh, JWM is here. It looks like they might be able to turn on the buy.
Yeah, but the other bot lane's gonna get there first.
The bot lane is coming up. Oh, JWM will probably go down here. The snare lands. Oh, nicely done by WSG.
Yeah, their bot lane got to rotate first. I think the Jhin heal is really important too. If the Jhin didn't heal, I think the Vi dies.
Well, it kind of seemed like I wonder why CC wasn't up there first. It looked like they had all the lane priority they needed to just walk. Mundo needs to start collecting those grass procs.
I don't think it was lane priority so much as just since it was on their side of the jungle, they just got there first. Because you're right, the lane was pushing into them. They just gave up the wave to go and help out their team first. Yeah, I just went back and watched. They just moved first and they got there first because it was on their side of the jungle. That's the only reason. A lot of sums blown though.
Bailey holding it. Oh, yep. Bailey holding his own here in the top lane. The last Breed Cave will miss though.
Yeah.
Wouldn't be.
I think It's funny because I think the reason he got to go and do that is because he was a level up on the Garen purely because the visit that Vi made to the top lane. I think she sapped probably a little bit of experience, and the Mundo was able to hit 7 first.
Kind of surprised with the Sheen pickup here that Vi's not just gonna solo that dragon, and it will be a solo kill going down from Braum. Nicely done, and that's what I love about Electric Vex. Just complete burst one guy.
Yeah, good job by Braum seeing that he could go and, you know, kill the Diana tower and get away freebie. Got a 20 CS lead almost going back to base here, so he's gonna have, you know, a couple hundred gold lead. He's gonna be able to go back and get, I believe, I'm guessing, a lost chapter and tier 1 boots.
Oh, JoJo is level 6 now. I'd really like to see him use that big ultimate to his advantage here.
Yeah, I mean, you should be looking...
It looks like he might jump on this Diana here.
Oh. She doesn't have flash.
She's not gonna dash through. Looks like she might use her ult.
Oh,
it hit the wrong wall.
Yep.
What I think he should have done is just hit the first Q, dash through, push them into the dragon wall.
Yeah, I thought he was going to push him into either that wall or the wall closer to the mid lane. Just unfortunate. But Elias, you will be happy to know we will not be getting a Hextech Rift this time because it's the very first Drake that's up.
Good. I hope the next one's a Chemtech. Oh, looks like Mundo is popping his ultimate here. He's looking to go in.
Yeah,
oh, the briefcase does land. And Big Bear will just walk out of that one.
Yep.
Vi is hovering the bot side here, though.
Yeah, and she does have ult now, too. Diana's heading top here. Control words should cover her up, but I think they just pinged that she was missing mid lane, so I think Sleep A realizes that he has to go and back off and be careful. You can clear out this control ward.
Okay, the Garen kind of let that one go. Just started running at the Mundo. It looks like they were going to contest it here.
Oh, this Soraka's definitely got to get hit by something, right?
Oh.
Yeah. Can you imagine trying to dodge Jhin ult and Xerath ult at the same time?
Dude, it's like the hardest mini game you ever played.
I mean, yeah, you want to talk about a shooting gallery. Oh, there's the
Hey, it looks like Diana is here as well. It looks like this will be Vex going down. Almost picks up the vibe, but isn't quite there.
But JWM is heading down bot lane. Soraka ult getting called just to make sure the Jinx was not going to go and die. But they do see her on vision too, so yeah. So this time I'm much more impressed with WSG's bot lane in terms of how they're playing this 2v2 right now. Going much better than the first game.
Well, they kind of picked a completely different kind of lane too. Like the Swain was more of like a pick one, whereas the Xerath is just like, I'm just gonna poke you down until you can't stay in lane any longer.
And he did get the early Grievous Wounds too, which I really liked.
The early Oblivion Orb, which feels a lot better on like the pokey support than it does on the ADC, you know.
Yep, yeah. The ADC shouldn't have to sacrifice their build at all. Just support's there to play for the AD carry, so they're going...
Bring the utility.
Yep. Okay. Vi doesn't have ultimate though, so they just get the flash out of the Mundo here.
I mean, she didn't have ultimate. He probably could just let it hit and then walked out.
Yeah, but he probably didn't realize the Vi ult was...
Oh, yeah.
Oh, they're gonna 3-man top lane potentially. No, they're just gonna force him off.
Auto him. You get your heal back for your WP auto.
Jin's gonna have to flash. Oh, maybe not.
No.
The zap missed.
Dude, that Jhin trap slow is huge. Like for some reason.
Vi heading top again. Flash Q for the passive.
Does pick it back up though.
Yeah, but her ult's not back up in time for this though.
And that will be Garen. Oh my god, he gets out with just a skin of health.
Vi has her ult up there now. And the passive's down. Oh, don't die.
Oh!
I think that's actually fine in the grand scheme of things though, because now the Garen gets to shove that wave in. And unfortunately, because of the spectator bug with the new Unleashed teleport, I have a harder time telling if the teleports are on cooldown or not.
Really? Oh, that will be Owl going down again to the Xerath ulti. That is so annoying.
Yeah, they started listening to you as saying, if we're going to poke anybody down, it should be the Soraka, not the
Yeah,
Jinx.
right?
Diana's coming bot too. They might be looking for a dive. JWM's here though to go and counter jungle. Counter gank.
And JWM chooses to not use his ultimate there. Now he does. Oh, and the aggressive flash from Trooper there. I don't know if JoJo's lagging or not, but it seems like his reactions are kind of not there. Seems like he just kind of stands after he uses an ability. Did you notice that? Like after he uses his grass Q, he just stood there for a second. Like he didn't move, then do an ability.
It's not long for this world.
Yeah, and he will die to the Braum here. Nicely done. He will get the reset down. That is all he has in him, though. The Soraka is here.
Yeah. Yeah, good roam by Braum. We're still 14 minutes of this game and no Drake, so I don't think this game is going to go to a Dragon Soul. At this rate.
Yeah, probably not. Because what? It would have to be 14, 16. You'd have a Dragon Soul at, what would it be? 36 minutes if they got it right now.
Yeah, it's going to be quite a lot.
If they got it on spawn every time, if they got it right now.
Well, I think Dragon Soul would be.
It'd be.
30, I think it's 30 minutes. If they got it in like 15 minutes roughly.
Would be 6. No, because if they got now, the next one. I don't know math, dude. It might be 32 minutes. 32 minutes would be Soul Point.
Yeah. I mean, regardless, though, unless this game goes 30 plus minutes, we're not going to see a Dragon Soul.
Yeah. Yeah. Don't call us stupid. We are stupid.
Yeah. They're picking this Mundo again top lane. I don't agree with this. You should be trying to get this bot lane ahead more, I think, or Diana in general. That
was really late traps by this Trooper, but I think they're just like looking at how last game went, and they're like, if we just get Big Bear going, this game becomes easy.
I think you want to go and you want to snowball your bot lane or your mid lane. I think going and playing around the top lane and putting the Mundo, trying to put the Mundo behind isn't really the play this time, but they're going to get Vex here though. So that's what I want to see though, is you punish Braum for being a little bit forward.
A little pushed out, yeah.
And now you can go and start stacking Drakes. Oh, there's the root.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
Even through Soraka heal.
Yep.
Absolutely nuts. And that's what that early Grievous Wounds can do.
Yep. So JW might look for a steal here, but if he does, he's going to be, let's say, by the time he got in there, I'm pretty sure he'd wouldn't be able to get it. We also haven't seen anybody take Rift Herald. This has been a really low objective priority game. No, first Drake was just taken 16 minutes in, and Rift Herald, if it does get taken, it will only be the only Rift Herald. We won't get to see a second Rift Herald, so all of you Hobbit enthusiasts out there that like your...
Nicely done by JoJo. Picks up the Jhin kill.
Yeah, good roam. Finally getting on the board. Didn't mess that one up.
And what were you saying about Hobbit?
Oh, I was trying to make a joke about all those Hobbit enthusiasts out there are going to be sad that they don't get the second Herald.
I don't get it.
you know, they say like, well, yes, breakfast, but what about second breakfast?
Oh God. Okay,
Yeah,
that was a stretch joke. That was a big stretch joke.
I try.
You really you're really reaching for these yucks here, aren't you?
Yeah, yeah. That was reach.
Oh, gets stunned under the turret.
Look at that damage.
Right?
And
Oh, and he
Jinx
will
has
get
ultimate now,
snagged
too.
down. Wow.
We'll see if the Jinx can.
Oh my god, that sucks.
Dude, that was so unfortunate that she went and got CC'd under tower and took 2 turret shots on top of everything else. 'Cause
Yep.
That's what allowed that play to even happen in the first place. Yeah, this bot lane with that the chain CC, the poke, and on top of that, the healing cut on top of that.
Well, I mean, I forget tower range sometimes too, man. I've been playing for years. So it's like, it happens.
Gale Force doesn't have flash, so he's gonna die.
I had to check
traced
him
back
out.
to
Ooh.
JWM.
Xerath almost picks up JWM with that last Q there, but doesn't.
Meanwhile,
Oh my god! That's...
Sarah.
Oh, he's just pinpointing these things. Is that his Wag Smurf?
Then, meanwhile, they go and push mid lane to get tier 1.
Bailey playing this...
Oh, they might look to dive the Mundo.
He probably did call out their ultimate. He just used his ultimate. They could dive here if they wanted. They're choosing to go through lane, though?
Jinx is here to answer, though. Mundo is going to get the back off. I'd actually dive the Jinx here.
Oh.
DP.
And this will be Mundo coming back up. Oh, the briefcase does land, but Trooper's looking to farm instead.
They need a body block. There we go. Okay.
This is a Reese play. He wants that. He wants
the
that.
Revive flash Q is a little bit ambitious.
Yeah, he wants that canny. He doesn't want the kills.
Jin's rotating over now too.
Nice ult by JWM.
Yeah, they're Vi gets properly punished for being a little bit too ambitious and not having her flash up because she tried to flash that Jinx. Tier 1 goes down top.
Ooh, Sleepe finds Big Bear.
Mundo pops ult again.
Oh, and Braum picks up the solo kill onto the Xerath in the bot lane. Nicely done. This could be just be another turret going down for the side of CC.
Yeah, it will be.
Was that two?
All this.
Was that 2 demolishes?
I just saw one.
Oh, I don't think you can have 2 on the same turret. Can you?
No, you can't.
Okay, that's what I thought.
Not unless the. Which one? If 2 different people have a demolish?
Yeah, can they?
Yeah,
Oh, you can? Oh,
I'm pretty sure.
it's kind of busted.
It would have to be on. I guess it could be anybody.
Soraka. Yeah, it could be on Soraka.
Potentially.
I mean, I would assume that she'd take Font of Life, but
Let's like think about how nuts this is. Though. Like, think how many turrets we've seen go down this game, and none of them involved a Herald at all.
yeah, this is a really low objective game, like you were saying.
This is a really weird game.
Yeah. Not a lot of priority put on the dragons. Second dragon will be coming up here about 21.5 minutes. Yeah, that's really odd. Big damage coming out of Bromstein there. They will. WSG is really split here. If CC decide to commit to one side, they got this. Sleepe is going after the Jhin.
Yeah, Garen's in all on his own. Ooh, Diana comes in, pulls up that back line. Down goes the Vex.
Ooh.
Soraka's already gone.
And Bailey decided to really hard commit to that Jhin, but decided to turn around.
And that's going to be an ace, I believe. Oh, the Stride Breaker slow from the Garen.
Nicely done by WSG to pick up that clean ace.
That's a huge ace. And it's going to be a Chemtech Dragon, so it won't be either of those souls you'll be happy to know. It's going to be an Infernal Soul.
Good. Even though there probably won't be a soul this game.
Yeah. Highly unlikely to get it there. But, I mean, you never know. So, yeah, drag timer is 5 minutes, so the earliest we could get it would be about 31.
I thought Drake was
32.
6. Was Drake not 6?
Oh, it's 5.
When did they change that? Am I dumb?
I don't know. I thought it was always 5, but maybe I'm wrong. But so we did want to get an
Dude,
Infernal
I'm a
Soul.
boomer, man.
Me too.
Shit, man.
So it'd be 32 minutes if we wanted to see an Infernal Soul, and then WSG would have to get the next 2 drinks. But
Yeah, I
that was
guess.
huge, 'cause
Yeah, I guess
we
it is
just went
5
from
minutes.
having like an even game overall to WSG pulling slightly ahead with a 2K gold lead now.
Yeah, that was a really clean ace by them. What if there was a gold lead? I don't think there really was a large one. It's definitely not there anymore.
Yeah. But you see how WSG's comp works, where they, like, you know, the Garen, the Vi, and the Diana are all just running, you know, interference on the front line. And meanwhile, the Xerath and Jhin are like 2 or 3 whole screens away.
Does Braum take this? That's the
No,
real
he does
question.
not. He dies if he takes that. Also, Diana's bot side, and she's gonna get. I think that she's gonna get it before the TP gets there. Oh,
Very
really
close.
He does get it though.
He might be able to
He
just chase her
actually-
down here. He does only have a thorn mail and an ice fire.
He definitely.
Oh,
dies.
she dies. Yeah, nicely done. Mundo, ultimate duelist. Can't contest.
But I think for the Diana, though, that's still worth. You forced a TP out of the Mundo, and you got the tier 2 turret in the bot lane.
If you see,
Yeah.
Diana did opt into the Night Harvester this game instead of the Proto Belt. So she's just looking for that full team one-shot here.
And meanwhile, Big Bear up in the top lane is going to get tier 1 top. Put some more gold into his team here. Now we got a 3K gold lead. But CC does have some standing gold on the map with the tier 1 turrets, both in the mid and the bot lane for them to pick up, and they're both really close to going down, so I'm sure at some point they will be able to go down. Then we go and look at items here. Any items jumping out to you in terms of the way people are itemizing? Oh, Jinx went
The Jinx did go into the
Shield
shield
bow
bow,
game.
which I think
I think-
was right. Was the right
yeah,
thing to
either
do.
that or Gale Force. Definitely Kraken would be, I think,
Kind of troll.
kind of troll this
Kind
game.
of troll this game.
I like a Vi itemization. Also, Garen going. I don't know what the item is called. I just know that it applies grievous wounds.
Mortal Reminder.
Yeah. So, lots
Yeah.
of grievous wounds on the side of WSG.
Which
Vi
is
also-
definitely the way you need to go against the
Yep.
Soraka Mundo.
Yep.
I don't know. I think a lot of this game falls on the back of Bromstein here. Like, if he lands this ultimate, he
I
could.
think he's just trying to cancel it back there.
No, he's going for it. Oh, he doesn't get it. Will the Ignite take him down? It will. Nicely done. But in theory, that's more gold over to the side of WSG than it is for Braum.
You always take 1-for-1 trades if you're behind every time.
No. Well, I mean, WSG got the assist on top of it as well. I'm not saying it wasn't worth for Braum, because I think it definitely was. But I'm really just waiting for JoJo to get a massive ultimate, like a game-changing ultimate, like clean ace, 100-0 everybody with the ultimate Q. Like
I'm pretty sure we're gonna see another big fat team fight because Infernal Drake I think is gonna force the next fight here in 50 seconds.
Diana did pick up that Nash's Tooth, so I wouldn't be surprised to see her be pushed into a side wave. She did take Ignite though, which is interesting. Like I guess I don't understand that the idea behind that. Why go a split pushing item, but not take teleport?
Well, Nashor's isn't a split pushing item. I think Diana's just in general build it just because it's. I think it's just good. I don't really know Diana all that well.
It's a good dueling item, you know.
Everyone just caught up
Nice,
here.
Keanu ult to try and stop the bleeding, but it does not happen. Sleep again, chunked down, has to flash out. Al also has to flash out. Brumsey is on the side here. He misses his spear onto the Jhin. This might just be another ace going down over to the side of WSG.
Yeah, that was a really good ult by JWM because he got
Yeah.
caught up so fast, but the Soraka healing couldn't keep him alive long enough, and he just got held into place. Gale Force with the Jhin.
Ooh, he Gale Forces through the Vex E to die. Oh my
Oh,
god!
Gromp
That
fails
feels
the
so
flash.
bad. He autos the Gromp, misses the flash.
And I think to make matters worse, that flash would have been wasted anyway, because he's not going to get out of that alive anyway. I think that flash was a waste. He should have just accepted his death. But drag goes down, so final soul point will be at a little after 32 minutes here. So earlier in the game, about 15 minutes ago, when I said there wasn't going to be a soul, I was wrong.
I didn't think this game would go to 32 minutes, honestly. Not after that first Queen Ace. Like,
No, but I think they're going to go. You know, WSG goes, just consolidates some really good vision around this Baron, trying to catch CC coming to check it. They have such good tools to poke anybody besides the Mundo that comes in to check. It's a really good catch potential too. If we've seen them do, they have such good catch potential because if they can get someone to catch them close range and the Xerath and the Jhin are there from long range, they can lock somebody down and do so much damage.
well, this Jin's at a part.
Safety, too.
This Jhin is particularly scary right now. 28 minutes, has this 3-iron power spike, exactly where he needs to be at this point in time. Just a scary champion right now.
So now they're getting into the face check. They do have some vision, so they do see them.
Mundo
Fight.
does take the vault breaker from the Vi. Calamity on the back line here, but isn't able to get onto the Soraka or the Jinx. Bromstein does take down Diana. Kiana falls to the Garen. Oh my god, what is going on? Oh my god, a nice cleanup from Trooper here coming in. Nicely done by CC.
Yeah, I think that's just poor target selection from WSG.
From
They
Diana.
went and initiated on the Mundo
Yeah.
instead of anybody else.
And Diana missed her ultimate on the Soraka and the Jinx, only landed on the Braum. So that was kind of feels bad as a Diana to only get a one-man ulti.
Yep. And here's these objective bounties. It's going to close this goalie because I think they're going to get the tier 2 as well. So they get the ace. Jinx gets a lot of those kills, and they're going to get objective gold, I believe, from this too, because the wave will come and help them make sure they can push this down.
But they're gonna have to reset here. Otherwise, WSG can just rush that Baron down.
Yeah. So a 4 to 5k gold lead is now down to 2k.
No, that was a really good, nice, solid team fight coming out of CC.
You're right.
Poor target selection by WSG.
But I think look at they see the Kiana on bot lane.
Yeah,
They should just rush this.
this is exactly what I called.
Yeah, that's actually a really poor decision making from GWM. Like,
Yeah.
you shouldn't be the one to go and shove bot lane as a jungler. You're showing and saying, hey, you want a free Baron that's going to be uncontested? Here you go.
And this is something that, like, yeah, you ace the team, but now they're all coming up at the same time off fresh backs. Every single one of them. And that's always a really common Baron power play. Holy shit, big fight. Huge JWM ultimate coming out. Exactly what I was waiting for. Can Sleep will live. The Soraka all comes out. Trooper looking to pick up another kill here. Nicely done. Holy fuck.
Yeah, Braum went and blew up the Jhin, so a lot of the damage from WSG's got deleted before the fight even really got going. And then, yeah, everyone else just came in and cleaned up. So only the Xerath gets away with the Baron. So I think all in all, it's a net even trade because they do get the gold from the Baron. We'll see if they can get this top turret before everyone gets back up. Jhin is back up in 5. Demolish proc should go off. I think they'll get the top inhibitor here.
They are kind of playing with fire here. But I think they will make it out. Nicely done. JWM heard my wants and prayers and got that game-changing ultimate. Oh yeah.
There too. So the real question is now, with that recent success, can they go and win a fight around this Drake? They will have supers pushing in the top, but I believe Big Bear's teleport is off of cooldown. Again, I can't be entirely certain because Spectator is broken with Unleashed teleport. But considering I haven't seen him use it in quite a while, I feel like it should be on cooldown. So they're prepping the vision. Drake's up in 20. We'll see what happens. We'll look at sums too. Diana does have her flash, I believe, up, so she'll be able to flash ult if she needs to. Jin does not have flash, so if he gets engaged upon, he'll have to rely on Gale Force or someone peeling for him to keep the Keon off his back.
And this
Garen's
is so
still
this
pushing
is
top.
this is so point for WSG.
Garen's
I would assume. Yep,
he's
there's the Garen
keeping,
teleport coming out.
Keeping into the pit.
JDM jumping onto Calamity here, getting a really good chunk down. JDM's kind of not in a position to. Okay, there you go. I was gonna say he's kind of in an off position here. Chompers will come down. Vex could get this huge ultimate.
I kind of want to just see a Xerath.
Oh, he is taking it.
Ult him down.
JDM ultimate does come down, takes out the Garen. Xerath ulting at close range. Bailey is still alive. They still have that front line. Oh, the flash Q into JDM takes him down. Calamity going hard here as well. He will be taken down. Can Spencer kite this one out? Nicely done. He does get rooted. And
Yeah,
the
Jin
bounce.
just finish it off, though. So, I think Braum got a little bit too excited with that backsell, but I think the big thing, like I just mentioned a couple seconds before that fight actually happened, is Xerath just needs to pop ult and start chunking down those squishy backline members before that fight gets going, because if they get chunked down before the fight gets going, then it makes it that much harder for CC to go on 5v5 and fight for that dragon.
Well, I think if Braum would have taken that ult as soon as it landed and gotten that 5-man fear off with his W, I think that fight could have turned around a lot better. Because I think,
I mean,
because he landed it onto the Garen right when he was in the middle of like his entire team. Getting that 5-man fear with that huge chunk of damage from the fear is a really big team fight setup. I get like Braum will probably die if he takes it, but he'll set up the fight to the point where CC would be able to win that. Like JoJo could have gotten a really large ult to chain the CC.
yeah, you're right.
So
I just went back and watched that replay. If Braum had reactivated his ult like as soon as he hit that Garen,
yeah,
then yeah, he goes and cleans up.
yeah, he gets a
at
5-man
least
fear.
3 or 4
Yeah,
people,
yeah, and that's what I'm saying. I think a lot of X's don't see that. They're just like, oh, if I go in, I'm gonna die. Whereas I could die and ace them. You know, like, so I don't know.
Yeah. Also, I think maybe the reason he is a little bit more right to he doesn't have a stopwatch at all. So if he does go in, it is most likely going to be a one-way trip, and he can't even buy time for his team to follow up on his engage with stopwatching after he goes in.
Well, he is kind of the main engage too, unless JoJo can get a flank. So I think instead of going for the hyper shot, he could have gone into like a Zonia's instead, and started setting up these fights for his team.
Well, Diana delaying some backs, so I think
They could just kill her here.
Oh. No, but look at she's stopping them from backing, so her team gets to go and have a free push in the top lane now.
And they have to do something about this. Like they have to try and fight her, or they have to just walk home. Like they can't just dance around like this.
Recall and push it, yeah. Yeah, look at that. Mundo has to pop his ult through all that poke. Jeez. And Diana's still stopping their backs.
Charlie, WSG's ADC is Condemned Eyes. I'm pretty sure someone did start them.
And Braum goes in.
He just changed his name. Oh, nicely done by Braum. See, that's what I'm saying. Like, he got that 4-man fear. Obviously, that wasn't that good of a fight, but...
Oh, no!
Oh, he flashes to get the reset! And Trooper will take down Jin as well, but Calamity is shoving this bot lane in.
Yeah, that's a really unfortunate
I think
flash.
they should do Baron here. I think they should do Baron here.
I think they're gonna try to enter top lane.
Xerath is up in 13. He has that wave clear. I don't know.
Or maybe they think they're just gonna get inhibitor then go back to the Baron first.
JDM has to stop backs here though.
Which he will be able to do. But I think by this time, after they get the inhibitor, they can't do Baron because I think everybody else will be back.
Yeah.
Then. So we're just trading top inhibitor for bottom inhibitor.
I think Baron was the play. Honestly, get that 1,500 gold in your pocket. I don't know. It is a really tough call to do in the moment too. Like I can't really judge them for making that call either, you know. So
Mundo barely got that recall off. He's teeping back in though, so they're all gonna look. Oh boy, they're going in right away.
JWM is getting caught out by the Oh, he is taken out before he can ulti. But Braum does take out Sir AK the second. Jin is still alive in the backline now, dealing out the damage here. Sleep it being that frontline massive tank that they need. He is going in for more.
Yeah, they need to hit that Jinx though. If they can't hit
Nicely
Jinx,
done.
They lose these elongated fights.
Oh my god! Oh my god! CC pulling out the fucking moves here. The W does land. This will be Trooper picking up the Jin as well. And that is probably the game.
Yeah, that should be game, I believe.
Sir AK is up in 10 seconds. Okay, they should be focusing the tower now. Once the mains arrive, you should be focusing tower.
Yeah, if he can just ult. He needs to ult. He needs to hit the
Okay.
minion, not the Soraka.
No, this is game. There's no way Zero souls this. GG. And that will be a 1-1. CC picking up the second game.
Wow, they lose.
Wow.
They lose even with the Infernal Soul.
Yeah, and Spencer, honestly, Bailey and Spencer played out of their freaking minds this game. Like Bailey was that frontline massive tank that they needed. Like he realized that he could turn around after cutting back, and I'm like, my ult is still ticking. I'm back in full health now. I could turn around and just let Jinx pelt out the damage. And
Yeah.
Spencer played, Trooper played outstandingly that game.
Yeah, like the other thing too is like Braum on his Vex ults, a lot of them found the Jin, and he just went in and just blew the Jin up before fights even got going.
No, well, I mean, that last one, Braum found Xerath, which is also a pretty big pick.
Yeah.
So that's a lot. That's a lot of damage going down.
Yeah, and I think you also see what happens too, where even with the Infernal Soul and even with all the healing reduction in the cut, if you don't have someone with DPS that can shred through that Mundo, he can be a frontline for a very, very long time, and buy space for that Jinx to keep doing damage from the back line.
And and the thing and Mundo does damage himself. Like he did the second most damage in the game. Like Trooper did the first, Mundo did the second. Or wait, no, I'm looking at Xerath did the most, so Mundo did the third. But yeah, like that Mundo is a huge threat, and if you can't cut him down, like the Jin didn't even have a LDR.
Nope.
Yeah, no LDR, no Last Whisper, nothing. Like he just couldn't break through the Mundo defenses. None of them could. None of them had a Void Staff. None of them had LDR. I guess a Mortal Reminder on the Garen, but oh no, that doesn't even give Armor Pen anymore. Yeah, they literally had no Armor Pen to even like do anything towards that Mundo. So outstanding.
Yeah, what a banger for Sears though. 2 games went to Souls both times.
1-1.
And some really exciting team fights. So
Yeah, that was a fun series. It felt really good to see Spencer pop off like that. Like both games, he popped off both games.
Yeah, that Jinx was super clean and definitely the scariest member on his team both games.
Yeah. And JoJo got me my game-changing ult that I wanted. I appreciate that. Yeah, honestly, just a really solid series. It was really fun to watch. Really good first series of the season too. So.
Yeah, I know that as a top player in this league, I'm excited to play against Big Bear myself.
Big Bear.
Yep.
And it looks like both JoJo and the captain for the other team both hopped out of Discord, so we won't be able to talk with them at the moment. So I'm just gonna end the stream. Thanks for watching, guys. Crimson, thank you for casting with me.
Yeah, I was happy to cast with cast the Elias, and we'll go and bring you some more cracker matches, hopefully later this week and for the rest of the season.
Okay. All right. Thanks, guys. Peace out.